Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to walk you through my newest Oracle deck, the Common Oracle. What's really great about this deck, it is one single keyword, which makes it an absolute workhorse of an Oracle deck. I created this Oracle because there is an absolute need for this kind of deck. I think any deck that is in this sort of genre and visual style is out of print. So like I had mentioned in a previous video, my hand has been absolutely forced to make one. This mini Oracle deck has 84 cards, so it has 84 words. It really embraces a range of neutral keywords, heavier keywords, and more uplifting keywords. So it definitely doesn't go in one direction. I will say it perhaps leans a little bit more into the neutral and heavier side of words. Depending on your interpretation and the way you read, that doesn't necessarily mean it's all doom and gloom. For this video, I want to walk you through all of the cards. So we'll do a flip through so you can see every card in the deck. Then I will walk you through how I grouped and edited the cards. That might reveal some insightful takeaways for you as far as the way I approached and organized the words. And then we will briefly talk about ways you can work with the deck. So let's get right into it, shall we? cardstock is flexible. It has a bendy snap to it. It is really easy to handle, especially for 84 cards. The stack is a little chunker, but because it is a mini size, it's super easy to maneuver. Let's briefly discuss some ways that I group and edited these keywords. So I had really great advice by my friend to group the keywords into categories or lumps that I felt fit together. This really helped me eliminate some of the keywords I had. I realized I had a lot of duplicates. It also showed me areas that I should put more uplifting words to, or to pull and push a certain concept a little further. So each group I'm laying down here are keywords that I lumped together. I felt like they were complementary to each other without being too repetitive, but also provided some distinct differences between them as well. I really wanted to keep in mind the different uses that this deck would potentially be used for. So including things like the 4 elements here really give you a broader sense of the way you want to use those keywords. I wanted this to be able to be put into spread making, as well as using the cards as almost sentence building or message building as well. I think the most challenging part was putting the keywords into these groups and making sure I'm not going one way or the other too far. This group, for example, has a lot of objects such as map, lantern, key, window, bridge, and then we have a door and crossroads. So this category really felt like that movement, that making a choice to go forward or to open a new path. By including different types of words, but still having them be in this world of a little bit of nature, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of uplifting, a little bit of this like antique-y world, I really wanted to go for. And I think I accomplished that. I'm so happy with the way this came out, and especially after I edited the keywords for my initial pass, I changed about 25% of these words, and it made the deck so much stronger. So I'd be really curious to know the ways that you would use this deck or work with this deck. Do you see this being a workhorse all-around deck? I feel like it has so many uses and beyond anything that I could even come up with as well. I had really been craving a deck like this. It's neutral. It can go with anything. It has so many different applicable uses. It just feels like a workhorse deck. And I think those are important decks and tools to have in our kit. As much as I love an art deck, and I am absolutely a sucker for amazing illustrations in a deck, having decks that can just do a job and do a job well is important too. Let me know what you think so far of these words. Do they feel too dark for you? Do they feel neutral? Does it feel like a good balance? I'm super curious because words, keywords, it's so subjective, and everyone has a different point of view and opinion on the way they like to work with that. This is the last little group. Definitely landing on some positive, uplifting 3 keywords there. I think we could all use a little fortune, gift, and offering in our lives, right? Let's quickly play around with the peculiar pathways with the Common Oracle and see some really simple and quick ways we can use this deck. One of the simplest ways that we could work with the mini word deck, as I continue to call it, is as clarifier cards. Okay, so I pulled 3 cards. Let's use each one as a clarifier to each tarot card in our spread and just see what more it wants to tell us. We'll just pop it right on top for now for the ease of the video. Okay, we can already see how well the Common Oracle is speaking to our 3 tarot cards in this spread. We have the moment of transformation with the Tower. We have the renewal as the King of Coins and nourish as the 6 of Cups. I'm not sure we could get any more literal with this, and that's great. I really feel like this puts you on the path of a really direct message and reading, using these as a clarifier card to really know where the tarot sits in the spread, especially if you're someone who likes to free flow read like I do and not necessarily use a set spread. However, we could use the Common Oracle as a spread maker. So let's try that next. Okay, I pulled our 3 cards for our spread maker. So we're going to just lay these out. So our first spread position will be mystery. Our second position will be awakening, and our third position will be feast. So I really like the flow of these because we could think about it as what's the mystery, right? So what's in the dark? What are we missing? What's hidden? What are we not seeing? What's that thing that's like tapping us on the shoulder, but we don't know yet? Awakening is becoming aware and knowing what that mystery, what that thing is, which then leads us into feast, which you think about as like the reward or the benefit or the resolve to discovering this thing, being aware of it, now knowing, and then like how to move forward, how to use it successfully, that sort of thing. So we'll take our 3 tarot cards, and just for the sake of video, we'll put them on top like this. Great, so we can see here exactly how we could read this as a spread now. I really like the idea of the Queen of Coins with this nourishing abundance. Like that could be something we're missing in our life or something that we could be better at. Maybe that's something that someone's asking of us and we are still in the dark about that. With the 5 of Swords, I feel like this is like lighting the fire in our mind here. Like we are fighting that cycle. We are fighting ourselves in a way. I designed this card to be like a cycle of life with that treasure, with that thing locked inside, that goal, whatever that is. And then as we move over to the 3 of Coins to really talk about the collaboration, to have some plans, how to move forward to reap the benefits to have our feast here. Well, it looks like we really need to work on it. And whether that's something that's like work related or home related, I'm definitely reading this more as like a kind of physical home interaction, but that's just me in the moment. So you could see how we could use this as a spread maker. And you just need to be a little creative with the way you're going to frame this keyword into a question for each set spread position. And you could go wild with this. This could really turn into a bigger thing. The next way I think could be really fun to use is to make a mini phrase or sentence or message out of these, almost like those word magnets on your fridge. So let's just try it and see what happens. Well, we're starting with calling. That's a good start to an action, to a direction. Ooh, we're calling that passion, that fire, that creativity in our spirit. I feel like you could leave it right here. I wanted to pull another one, but maybe we'll move down to another line. Calling fire, spirit. I really like this idea of like calling within yourself to reignite that passion, to reignite that drive, to reignite that creativity. It's all about you need to wake up. Okay, let's see the next. Let's just do one more on the bottom line here. Ooh, I'm getting sloppy on the shuffle. Okay, so what are we gonna map out? Ooh, we need to map a rescue. Oh no. Ooh, but it's going to turn into a bond. Okay, map, rescue, bond. So I really like this idea of needing to have a plan, needing to put in actionable, organized steps in order to rescue self, rescue loved one, rescue relationship, rescue a pet, whatever, rescue a project, whatever that thing is that is pulling at you, make a plan. So making that plan to do that step, to take action, because this is really a call for action right here. And by moving forward with that action, moving forward with that plan, it is going to create a stronger bond, a stronger relationship, a stronger finished product, whatever that is. So that's kind of how, I mean, once again, this is like so just off the cuff and just like what first thing comes to mind. But you could kind of see how you could use this as a mini random message generator, which I think is kind of fun. And then you could even layer this into a spread as well. But if you were just feeling like being very wordy, I think you could just do something like this. I'm sure there is so many practices that you could use just the words. So let me know what you think of this little one here. I am super excited on it. I ordered a really good amount of these, so no rush or pressure to pick one up. They are available now though, however, so if it's something that's calling to you or tickles your fancy, I would really appreciate you giving this deck a loving home. I'm just really excited that it's received the reception that it has so far. I would love to know your thoughts and feedback on it. This is definitely something that, while it isn't art in the sense of being in my wheelhouse like that, and I don't consider myself a writer or like a wordsmith. However, I love curating, I love organizing, and that was definitely a task, but with words. So hopefully this resonates with you as it does for me, and I really appreciate you being here and supporting my work. It really means so much to me, and I hope that you find this a really useful tool. So thanks for hanging with me. This was a little quick one, but I wanted to make sure you could see the walkthrough of this and get all those words to make sure if it's something for you or not. So I will catch you on the next video. And for now, bye.